Hello everybody, so we're going to get started today with a good old-fashioned homemade pedicure. So today I'm going to be using apple cider vinegar, my JD drill, a couple of nail beds, cuticle pusher, a straight clipper, make sure they're straight, e-file, and then the buffer and a blade to take off the dead skin. And this is the cuticle remover that we're using, and then some good old Epsom salt. So we're going to start by putting the Epsom salt in the water first. Make sure the water is hot because you want a good soak. You want the dead skin on your feet to be removed and get soft, and it just makes easier for removal when your feet are soaked. Now, I want to say I soaked my feet for about 20-30 minutes just so any dead skin within my cuticle area around my toenails, underneath my toenails, on the free edge portion, and then on the heels of my feet. I wanted to make sure that skin, I know it sounds disgusting, but the skin was soft enough so it makes for easy removal. Now, I'm taking my blade. Almost all of the beauty supplies discontinued this because it's a dangerous tool, and some people are a little heavy-handed than others. If you soak your feet for about 20-30 minutes, 30 minutes it should do it. It makes the tissue on the feet soft, so you literally glide it across and the skin just comes off. I know it's gross, but this is skin from my feet on the floor, from my other foot, and then this is the skin that's coming off of this foot here. I promise you that I'm not pushing hard, it's not hurting my foot. I'm literally with the lightest pressure gliding it across the bottom of my heels, and the skin is just falling off. Now, I am going to go ahead and take some tools, nippers, and I'm going to spray my tools with alcohol just to disinfect. Even though I'm the only one that uses them, I still like to do that. And then I'm going to take this cuticle pusher and I'm going to go ahead and just remove any dirt underneath my toenails, remove any kind of dead skin, and just basically pushing back the cuticles. Now, every time I did something to my feet, like every time I took that little blade to it, every time I did this, remove the cuticles, I would put my feet back in the water just to kind of rinse them off a little bit, and then I'll put them on the towel and start working on the next portion of the pedicure. So we went and soaked our feet, and then we went on and took care of the dead skin off the heels of the feet and around the underneath the toe area. Now we're taking off the dead skin on the cuticle, and we're removing all that little gunk. And don't worry, the nippers will take care of that little dead skin patch right there above that toe. I know it's a little TMI, but this is how I do my pedicure because I have ingrown toenails sometimes, but I get them enough where I don't have to do that a second time when I do my second pedicure. And that's what you see here. I'm not going to be doing my ingrown toenails right now because I don't need to. They're cut pretty good. And if you want to see an in-depth video on how I do that, just let me know. Also, that dead skin, this tool is really good for removing the dead skin, like literally right around that area. You see how that just came off so easily? That's because that 30-minute soak, and then plus the apple cider vinegar that was already in the water while I was soaking my feet. And so because I walk on my heels and I walk so hard, I do my pedicures maybe once a week. I don't go in as rough as this with the blade and all that stuff. I usually go in with some cuticle oil, cuticle remover, and I soak my feet the same soaking method: Epsom salt, apple cider vinegar, and hot water. And I just do it once a week because I tend to walk hard and it just builds up over a period of time. Now I'm going to take my smoothing bit and my drill, and I'm just basically lifting up that dead skin, so when I do go over it with my nippers, it's not difficult to remove, and that the polish will lay well and it'll last long, and there won't be any oil seeping down the cuticle area for the polish to lift and chip. So I'm just going over each toe, just removing the dead skin, lifting it off the actual nail plate, and scraping it. Not scraping it, that's a bad word to use. Removing it and lifting it. Now I'm taking another cuticle bit, and this is the cuticle ball, I believe. I don't know the specific name of it, but I'll drop pictures of the bits I'm using. So I got my drill from Amazon maybe like 2-3 years ago, and it works phenomenally. I use it for my nails and I use it for my toes. I will be doing a nail tutorial soon as well, and stay tuned for that. I think I'm going to do long coffin this time. I don't know if I'm going to do off-white acrylic or polish it, but stay tuned for that. I'll probably do that next week. Now I'm going in with the sanding bit. Basically it's an emery board, but drill form. So I'm just going in, just making sure I clean up everything nicely. The toenails are smooth, so that when I lay my base polish down and my nail polish down, the color payoff is going to be smooth and bright. Now I can take this on that little area up there where you see that dry spot, but I'm just going to take the nippers and get that off. But I'm just cleaning up the free edge, getting the rest of that off my cuticles, and cleaning up underneath where my most likely my tennis shoes touch. I'm getting that off because it tends to rub on that part of my foot, and it starts to wear and tear on my toes after a while. And I'm just taking that drill and just removing the rest of that. And then this is another cuticle bit. Like I said, I can't really remember the names of them, but I'll drop a picture in the video of what I'm using as well as down below. But most of my bits I'm using are carbide bits, the plastic ones, not plastic but ceramic ones, and then I have a few metal ones, but the ceramic ones are best because they don't hurt when you're doing detailed work like this. It doesn't burn or damage the nail, and especially if you do it with a light hand, you get the job done. Now I'm going to go ahead and go over my nippers and get off all the dead skin that I lifted up, and you can see that little white area. That's all the dead skin that needs to go. So we're going to go ahead and work on removing that off the toes. I don't think I'm going like super hard. I sped up the video a little bit because this part is a little bit long, a little bit tedious, because I was careful with that because I wanted to make sure I got the dead skin from all angles, the sides, the tops, and the other cuticles, above the little area right there where I'm picking at. It's like a little layer right above that. I get that too because when my nails grow out, I want them to grow out to their full potential so I can continue to get that nice square shape. And all my tools, clippers, nail bits, I got from Skyline Beauty, downtown LA. They also have a website that I'll link below as well. And now this is where the straight edge clippers come in, because it's so crucial to get that straight square shape. If that's your style, I personally prefer it, so I go ahead and go with the straight one so that I'm not like trying to use the curved one to basically clip one part, and then when you start getting the habits, you basically do it in 3 parts, and I don't like that because you'll start rounding off your toenail, and I didn't want that look. But if you like that look, then go for it. Now I'm going to take my cuticle remover and just go ahead and soak my feet again. I did that for like 5 minutes, and then I went in with the little metal, I don't know if this is called an emery board or a little metal cuticle remover. I got this from Skyline Beauty too. I ran it across my feet, around the area of my pinky toes where I get, I don't know if you call those bunions or something like that, but I get a lot of dead skin around that area. So I went, just ran it across my entire feet on the sides, underneath, and especially on the heel. And then after rinsing off my feet, I'm just taking off the excess skin I see and moving on to the other foot. So same thing, removing the cuticle, lifting it up, getting out any kind of things that try to trap themselves when I wear my tennis shoes, like dirt, dead skin, just removing it. And we're going to go back in with our cuticle bits and remove and lift the cuticles and do the same thing. Alright, now we're switching up to the other bit, and this is the same cuticle bit. This is just the one that's shaped like a little ball, and I'm just going around the toe area, and then I'm going in as well to go ahead and lift up that dead skin furthermore. And I know it looks like like I said, it looks like I'm going really hard with it, but I promise you I'm not. I sped it up just a little bit. And so again, I'm going in with my cuticle removers, my little nippers, and I'm going in and removing all of that skin that's basically white. And I'm just taking that off until I see my natural skin color. And yeah. And it's ideal to take off the dead skin around the cuticle area from your toes and nails. It's ideal to take it off with one strip, but sometimes it's not so simple to do. It's just better to work in sections, especially if you're new, because it's easy to nip yourself if you're trying to follow along the lines and remove that with one strip. It's not impossible. I did it before, but I'm just speeding through it. I'm just saying that that's a better way to just remove the cuticle all in one motion. And don't tug and pull at it. Like, clip it and then push it, pull it away from the toenail. Don't like pull on it. Just lightly pull off, and then that skin should lift up just fine. And so now I'm going in with my emery board, and I'm just squaring off my shape and tidying up the edges and making sure I have it to my liking. Alright, now I'm just taking this little pumice thingy. I don't know, I forgot what it's called, but I'm just going in with these two tools and just exfoliating and remove the dead skin off the top of my toes, and then I'm going in and bottom of my feet, same cuticle gel, and just going in on the other foot doing the same exact thing. And again, I get all my nail tools, my scrubbing tools, the little metal tools that you see. I get all my nail items from Skyline Beauty. And like I said, the link to the website will be in the description box below if you want to check them out. And you don't need a nail tech license or anything like that to purchase from them. You go order online, or you can go to the store. Obviously, we can't go to the store now. Look at those smooth, squeaky clean babies. You see that? Now that's a smooth foot. It wasn't bad before, but I just had a little bit of callus on the heel, and I just wanted to remove it. So I'm going in now with my Bath and Body Works Sweet Pea lotion. It smells like heaven, and it has a little bit of shea butter in it. And I'm just going in and giving myself a little foot massage, getting that all the crevices on the heels, on the side, on the toes, in between the toes. And then I'm going to go in with an oil after I polish them and everything, a cuticle oil just on the cuticle area. Look at those puppies. Beautiful. Beautiful. And then to determine that you got enough of the dead skin off, you should see, it's not usually you have like a rough, dead, hard skin, and it's like almost the color of your skin, or almost the color of, you know, the ground you're walking on. It's almost like brown kind of. But you know, when you reached new, fresh skin is when you see that blood surfacing to the skin again, and you know you reached. Don't go any further or deeper than that. Now I'm going to go in with my Kiss Gel Clear Nail Polish just for a base for the color to lay on, because I don't want to put the color on my bare nails. I don't want it to chemically harm it or stain it, because I'm going in with a bright color. Just giving you angles of these beautiful feet. And now I'm working on the other foot. Same thing, I'm putting down a base coat. And a base coat doesn't necessarily have to be a base coat unless you do like shellac or gel on your toes. A base coat with regular nail polish can be literally any clear nail polish. And again, the one I'm using is called Clear Gel or Gel Polish by Kiss. Now I'm going in with this nail polish, this like orange neon color from Club Color, and the shade is Wampo, but the number is A as in apple, N as in Nancy, 03. And it's just a really vibrant summer, fresh, bold, beautiful color. It's like a neon orange, but it's not as bright. It's a little pale. It's just not showing up that well on camera, but it's a really pretty orange. And now I'm just taking a little detail brush and removing any excess polish that I might have gotten on my skin. And when I use this polish, I use it, maybe I wear it about, it lasts 2 to 3 weeks, and it barely chips. I haven't had it chip on me, and I think it's because I have that barrier, that little clear coat first, and then I do a coat of the regular nail polish. And with this nail polish here, you can get away with doing one coat, but I want my color to be really vibrant, so I did 2 coats of this orange polish, and then one coat of the base coat, and then one coat of the clear polish. So right now I'm doing my other toenail and I'm working on my second coat, I believe. I'm just cleaning it up, cleaning the edges up to remove any excess, just to make it look nice and neat. And I like just take the tip of the brush and I swipe the color on the baby toe, because there's no way that I'm getting a clean like line on that little bitty toe. So I just wiggle it around and then I go ahead and clean up the excess with acetone. Now I'm going to go ahead and do my cuticle oil, and this cuticle oil is called Gelish, and this is Nourishing Cuticle Oil. And I'm just going around my toe area, going around the cuticle area, and just rubbing it in all around. Now we are all done. Our feet are nice and clean and scrubbed, and they're pretty little piggies. So I'm just showing off the color, and it's extremely bright and vibrant and fun. I love it. And this is the end of the tutorial. Now this is in natural lighting. This is with the light from my phone, and look at that toenail glisten with that nail polish. And the clear nail polish I used was OPI, and I hope you guys love the tutorial, and stay tuned for more videos to come. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Bye.